Are you wondering where to buy properties in 2025 so you can make good appreciation? Stick with me, I'll be getting into that today. Hi there, I'm Emmanuel and welcome to If I Can, You Can, where if I can do it, you can do it too. As always, we'll be going over real estate investing and house renovations. Now, if you like this content, please like and subscribe. Everything you say, I'd love to hear what you got, and then I'll get into it later on. Now, today we're going to be going over my top picks for 2025 for areas where you can get great appreciation in the rental market for long-term investments. When you're looking for somewhere to buy a rental property, you need to take 4 things into account. That's going to be population growth, economic growth, housing affordability, and then finally, the regulatory environment. Because out of all these things, you want to make sure that the regulation likes you to be there, landlord-friendly state. You're going to want to make sure you can afford the property. You're also going to want to make sure that you have growth, that people are coming in there, and you have jobs to support that they can afford your property. Number 1 is going to be Dallas-Fort Worth. Now, this has had a boom in economic and population growth. It has a very diverse section of the job opportunities too, whether it be in the health sector, the technology sector, or manufacturing. There's a lot of diversity in there, which helps out in case there's a bubble that pops in one of those sections. Let's say technology just kind of starts fizzling out of that area. You still have a couple other things that can really support people being there and affording the properties too. At the same time, it's a very landlord-friendly state. And they don't have any state taxes, so it actually is going to reduce your state tax on your income. Now, property tax is a little higher, but that's one of the trade-offs when you have a zero state tax state. The average home prices that vary neighborhood to neighborhood is around $400,000, so it's not astronomical. It's still something that you can get into, and it still has a lot of room to grow when you get into a property like that. Number 2 is Tampa, Florida. It's been a great state to get into. Florida is very landlord friendly, also has a zero state tax, and it's been great for retirees moving there. And particularly Tampa has been moving in an upward trajectory on appreciation. Now, just like Dallas, this is going to have 3 different areas that are going to be the main factor to consider with the careers. That's going to be the tourism, the financial sector, and healthcare. Now, the homes in Tampa will average around $375,000, but it has a very long runway that you can get great appreciation on this thing in the long run. Number 3 is going to be Phoenix, Arizona, and kind of like the same thing with the other 2. It's going to be great for the population growth, good for job growth, and it's going to be a triple threat also with the career paths. The 3 main job areas are going to be tech, healthcare, and construction. Now with that, it's going to have minimal rent control and more landlord-friendly policy there too. Now the medium house prices are a little bit on the higher end. They're about $425,000, but compared to other major metropolitan areas, it's actually going to be pretty affordable for the cost of housing. Number 4 is going to be Nashville, Tennessee. Now, I've been there. It's an amazing place. It's going to have a big scene for music, technology. It's a lot of people coming in there. A lot of people wanted to be there. It had a huge boom for short-term rentals, but there also are opportunities for long-term rental markets there too. The regulations really lean towards the landlords, and there's also a zero state tax in this city too. Now, the average home prices are going to be about $450,000, so keep that in mind. But if you look at where you get to, there's a lot of things to do, and if anything else, if those service industries, the music, all those populations don't boom, it's great for tourism. People are always going to go through there. I recommend it highly. Now, the last one is Charlotte, North Carolina. There's been a steady increase in demand from the banking sector and the technology industries, and that is really putting a strain on the housing demand, which means that they need more houses to rent out. So if you can get in there, it's a good time. Now, as the other ones, this has favorable landlord laws and strong population growth, and not just the urban area, but the suburban area too. Now, the housing prices is going to be about a median of $390,000. So a lot cheaper than the other areas. It's a great area to get into also. I see this as being a really good value if you can get in there early. Now, remember, with all of these things, appreciation compounds over time. You want to be on a longer schedule to make these kind of moves. If you want something that's just cash flow, that's a completely different thing. I'm going to make a video about the areas to go through if you're just looking for cash flow. But all these are areas that look like they're going to have great growth years into the future. If you hold these things for 7 years or so, you're going to look like a genius holding in these areas. Now, as always, I'd like to hear all your comments. Please like and subscribe below. I want to hear everything you all have to say. And that's all I have for right now. I'll see you in the next one.